Hi, I'm Nino. It says so on my hoodie. Last video, I implemented new movement mechanics. I've been looking into a lot of platformers to see how they encourage the player to use these different movement mechanics. They encourage them with pain. The answer is pain. So this video, we will add new dangers to the game. Firstly, I want there to be a deadly projectile. A cannon should do the trick. I set up a test scene and used some basic shapes to make a cannon and a cannonball. I wrote some code to instantiate and shoot the cannonball when I hit play. Once it worked, I changed it to shoot a cannonball when the player kicks the cannon. I found a cannon and cannonball art asset for free, and since I recycled the kick switch to make the cannons, the cannon was actually flipping when I kicked it. Once I fixed this, I could kick my cannon to my heart's content. I made a cannonball pit, just because I could. This is all nice and everything, but I feel like the cannon needs to be juicier, so I gave the cannon some cheeky squash and stretch. In fact, I actually made a whole video about squash and stretch in Unity, and you should watch it. I want the cannonballs to explode, so I found a pixel art explosion. I actually wasn't sure if this pixel art explosion would fit the aesthetic of the game, but now looking at it, it looks great. When you kick the cannon, it squashes and stretches, and the explosion is appropriate colors and fits the palette nicely. Also, the explosion deals damage and will kill dinos. Moving on, I wanted to make saw blades, spinning saws that can kill the player. To get it going, I found this pixel art asset which is super popular and I just grabbed a saw from there. My game is 16-bit and this asset pack is 32-bit and I forgot that, so the saw is actually huge. But let's just keep going so we can get a saw started. And who knows, I might have a need for a giant saw one day, but I really do need a smaller saw that's more comparable with the size of the dinos, because as you play with the dinos, you understand their size. And if you can make something dangerous that is exactly their size, the player doesn't need to learn a new size. I did find this asset pack, which is 16-bit. However, it doesn't really fit aesthetically. These assets have black outlines, and I'm actually reserving black outlines for something else in the game. And none of the environment has black outlines, so I need to fix this. I thought about recoloring the saws to match the spikes in the game. The spikes are purple with these white tips. However, after lots of trial and error, I didn't really love it. I tried again with a slightly lighter grey and a white outline. I think for the visual language of my game, a white outline means that it's sharp, and these sharp edges deal damage. To compare them, I put them all side by side and changed the background a lot. I have many different types of background, different dirt, different themes, and different skies. It really sealed the deal when I saw the one with the white outline next to the dinos. I think they look really, really good. These art assets also have tracks for the saws, so the saws move along the tracks. I always separate the art assets into different files so I can make tweaks, and I actually made these tracks a little bit thicker. Finally, I recycled the moving platform code to make the saws move along the tracks. I'm really happy with the result now. I think they look great. I think these saws are a more appropriate size, and the tracks make it predictable as to where you can and can't go and when you can go. The asset pack also came with this swinging blade and swinging mace. Just like the saws, I kind of feel like these need recoloring. So I got rid of the black outline. I took the lighter colors of the big saw and made the bar wooden on the swinging blade. And I made the edge of the blade white to keep in the idea that a white edge means it's really sharp and will deal damage. The mace was significantly harder. I'm already working with a shade of purple in the game, and I wasn't sure what to do here. But in the end, I made the blade look like this, and I made the mace with the spikes white, since white means sharp in this game. I checked them against different backgrounds and I feel like they're appropriate, and then I animated them so they swung and I tested them in the game. I think they look really good now and I think they fit the aesthetic of the environment. This asset pack also came with lava, so I created a rule tile, an animated rule tile, to draw the lava easily. Of course, when the player touches the lava, they die. The asset pack contained acid too, which is just green lava by all measures. But there is also an acid dripping asset too. Funnily enough, I actually recycled the code from the cannon, so the little pool spawns a drip instead of a cannon spawning a cannonball. And instead of a cannonball exploding, the drip splashes and deals damage. Recycle! So now I have static saw blades, I have a big saw blade, I have saw blades that move, I have a swinging blade on the end of a stick, I have a swinging mace on the end of a chain, I can have pools of lava, I can also have pools of acid, and I have this acid dripping. I hope these make good obstacles for the game. Be sure to wishlist Dino Dungeon on Steam, and hit that bell button, so when I make something at my end, you receive it on the bell end.